Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. Welcome back to Sessions with Kat. We're back on our bullshit. I have a new deck. I'm excited about this one, although I do feel like I might rehome it. So, I am considering doing a giveaway of some of my Oracle cards. I'm more attached to tarot cards than I am Oracle. So, if you've watched most of my videos, you've seen pretty much a different deck in each of those. So if you're interested in any of them, let me know. And if it's ready to be rehomed, I will gladly rehome it to you. You can put it in the comments. You can shoot me an email. All that good stuff is sitting in the description box. So remember to like, share, and subscribe, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to say that at the end. I never really do I? So here we are. Another week, another minute, another moment, another opportunity to heal and be better. This week we are going to be talking about self-commitment. And this is in regards to what I've been finding with my walking home barefoot mentees, I should say. Everything's fine and dandy until I hit them with self-commit, because they're coming in thinking one thing, and like as laid back as I am, I will hit you hard when you come into my program, because it's not about me, it's about you, and I want to make sure that you're committed to you. And that part seems to trip a lot of people up. So we're going to discuss that today. Also, some updates. I am opening up more spots for my walking home barefoot program. Currently, I typically only take 5 clients at a time. I was directed by Spirit to move that to 10. And in doing so, I'm now at 7 clients, so I have 3 spots available. Before, I wish I would have done this video first before opening up more spots, but now I'm limited to just 3 being left. So if you were interested, you can shoot me an email or follow me on Instagram and send me a message there to see about the program. So that being said, let's get into this lovely little deck and our lovely little conversation. I'll try to keep this short, sweet, and to the point, but who the fuck knows? Anywho, that being said, self-commitment, right? And again, we're talking in terms of your healing journey, your shadow work journey, or, anything like that. That's kind of what we're talking about. Like, that's how we're connecting this, I should say. It's more about, are you ready to take charge of your life? Are you ready to stop depending on someone outside of you to provide you with happiness, to provide you with joy, to provide you with peace? Are you ready to depend on you? Are you ready to commit to you the way you commit to other people's bullshit, right? So a prime example of this would be those who overextend themselves, who don't know how to say no. And we're all kind of victim to that at some point. But there are some who just live their life like that. You are so committed to someone else and to giving and to helping. Who's taking care of you? Because 9 times out of 10, you're forgetting yourself. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I don't give a damn if you're upset about it. I'm gonna just say it. 9 times out of 10, you're forgetting yourself when you are constantly putting everybody before you. Wouldn't it be nice to put you first? Not in a selfish way, but in a healing way. In such a way that you are making sure, it's like when you're on an airplane and when they're telling you to you know, they're giving you all that little training and shit before you, you know, as y'all taking off. Put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you put it on other people. That's self-commitment. I don't really know how else to explain that. That's self-commitment. Can you do that? Can you do that? Can you put the oxygen mask on yourself before you help someone else? That is the core of walking home barefoot. Okay, that's the core of any healing journey, is can you set aside everybody else's bullshit and make sure that you're okay? Can you do that? Now, if you can answer honestly yes, I applaud you, right? Like, more power to you. Congratulations, right? But if you find yourself saying or no, that's your first step. That's your first step in your healing journey, is learning to commit to you. It's learning to set boundaries that even you can't cross without your spirit team going, bitch, what the fuck you doing, right? It's learning to love yourself as much as you love other people, right? It's learning to give to yourself as much as you give to other people. It's learning to feed yourself the right verbiage, the right words, instead of saying, oh, I'm tired, but I'm going to keep going. That but right there cancels out the rest of that, right? Because all spirit heard was you're tired, so your whole day is going to be fucking tired, right? Instead of saying, I'm great, I'm blessed, right? Whatever you say after I am is typically how you vibrate throughout the day, throughout the rest of your life, right? So are you speaking life or death to yourself? Are you, you know, as you, like, for those of you who have kids, okay, the way you influence your children, are you also influencing yourself? Are you holding the same truth that you teach to your children, to your siblings, to whoever? If you're a fucking teacher, are you like holding those same truths that you teach others for yourself? Or are you teaching just to be fucking teaching because it's a paycheck? And I promise you, I don't care if I'm cutting deep. Are you committed to you? Right? So one of the things that I do in the Walking Home Barefoot program, for some, I don't do this for all because it really depends on what Spirit says, is I hold a self-commitment ceremony. Okay? Now, this is also a service I'm going to be bringing back. And I'm not trying to sell anybody on it. I just want to explain the process of it, okay? I used to offer this service, but I had to step back and revamp it for myself, right? Especially after dealing with a huge breakup and then staying single for 6-7 years. And stepping back out into this light, I really needed to make sure that my boundaries were good. So I revamped the ceremony to kind of slightly mimic the revamping that I did for myself. But some people go through this self-commitment ceremony. It's basically like marrying yourself, okay? In whatever capacity that you need to do that, right? So for some, that self-commitment ceremony is tied as far as relationships, is setting boundaries, and you're committing to yourself that you won't cross your boundaries, even you won't allow yourself to overstep those boundaries, right? For others, it's just committing to doing the healing work, is being committed to the journey. And you signed a whole fucking contract for yourself. It's a sacred contract between you and your soul. Okay? And in that process, you're learning to put you first. You're learning to commit to being your most beautiful, authentic self versus being a people pleaser, dealing with imposter syndrome, or dealing with any other type of bullshit. You're learning to commit to your soul versus committing to I don't really even know how to describe it other than like committing to false ego, right? Because false ego have you believing that you ain't worth shit, right? And so then you won't commit, right? You'll do all this healing work, but you won't even fucking commit to it, right? Like you'll just like stop in the middle, right? And I've had people do that, want to do that, I should say, right? They're like, I just want to give up. I just want to go back to a normal life. There is no normal life after you start your healing journey, right? Because you've committed to a process. So you probably should keep going, right? You probably should just see it through, right? You got to see it through, right? When you give up, that's you saying, I'm no longer worth commitment. I'm no longer worth love. I'm no longer worth whatever, right? But you are. You absolutely are worth every aspect of healing, every aspect of love, every aspect of just being authentic. You're worth all of that. You're worth all of it, right? And that has nothing to do with any moon phase, with any deck of cards you use or anything. That's your soul saying, no, bitch, we worth it, right? So whatever the fuck you know, that talking down to yourself, throw that in the trash, right? Put it down the garbage disposal or something, you know. It's not going to help you progress feeding yourself lies. It's not going to help you progress feeding yourself bullshit. It's not going to help you progress feeding yourself the complete opposite of what you feed others, right? The same capacity, the same energy that you give to everybody else, you deserve that too. And that's where your journey begins, right? The healing journey begins when you commit to you, right? It ain't about, oh, it's time for me to start walking with my team. It ain't about the fucking team. It's about you. Your team is there for you, right? And if you are not committed to you, how the fuck do you expect to even hear them? How do you expect to even be guided if you are not even committed to living? Right? Say you're a mom and you like, oh, I live for my kids. Okay, what about you? Because you got to be alive for the kids. So the kids need you to be there for you too. Right? Even though kids can be needy or whatever they need. I mean, they're kids, right? Like they do need a parent and whatnot. So do you. You need just as much attention. You need just as much love. And if you're not building those proper connections with yourself as you strive so hard to build with others, you'll fail. And I don't want to see anybody fail. I really don't. I want to see everybody succeed, right? I want to see everybody just enjoy their life in whatever capacity that they need to enjoy it. So that's the gist of today's video, is to commit to yourself. Commit to yourself the same way you commit to all these motherfuckers out here who ain't no good for you, right? Commit to yourself like you do, you know. Treat yourself better than you treat your New Year's resolutions. How about that, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Shaking the fucking camera and shit. Treat yourself better than you treat your New Year's resolutions. You don't, you know, you don't deserve to be quit on. Nor should you quit on yourself, right? Spirit's telling me to pull this top card and the bottom card. So, top card. So, are you ready to commit to yourself? Right? Are you ready to, you know, heal, to live, to be the best you? Are you ready? Now, what stood out to me, I'll say this, that's kind of like my last thing because I know this video getting long. What stood out to me, not necessarily this down here, right? Not necessarily the words. This 2, 5, and this 2, right? And in total, that's 9. So we're at the end of some type of lesson, the end of some type of like, you know, cycle or something. So you're getting ready to move into a new one. Are you ready to commit to yourself? Are you truly ready to heal? And if so, do that. If you need a cheerleader, we got you. Okay, your team got you. You gonna get some cheerleaders. But you got to be yours first. You got to be the first one. All right? That's going to be key. You got to be the first one. You got to be the first one. So that being said, I hope you guys have a blessed week. I hope your week is full of just pure bliss. I hope for those of you who drink coffee, I hope it's strong. I hope your meals are satisfying and that you feel full of life and not full of bullshit. I pray that your family don't piss you off. I pray that money flows to you easily and frequently. And I wish you all the brightest of blessings. Bye.